Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is how to rap on iOS. And today we're taking a look at Humanoid by Baby Audio. It's a heap of fun for your voice. It's age. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Jade and this is How to Rap on iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. Welcome. I really do hope you're doing okay. Yeah, everyone good out there? So if you're watching on the replay, welcome. If you're watching live, g'day to you all. I'll call you out in a second. Today we're taking a look at Humanoid by Baby Animal. It's a really, really cool app. We've got some cool shows coming up as well this week. Tomorrow coming up on the show is Waymaker by Akil Adam. It's really, really awesome. You're going to have to focus on this one, folks, because it's a little bit complicated, but a little bit fun. And then the day after, we're doing Quantum Granulator by GSDSP. So that's going to be awesome as well because they make fantastic apps. And then following that, the day after that, we have something very special happening. It is the return of the Odd Couple Rant with me and Pete Johns. And guess what we're going to be talking about? Tariffs. Tariffs. I know you're jumping out of your skin. The excitement is just spellbinding. We all want to talk about tariffs. Why? Because we need to know how they're going to affect us as musicians. Because fuck the rest of the world. Who cares if the world's on fire, nuclear weapons going off? We need to know we can get our audio interfaces, guitar strings, cables. We need to know how much we can get them for. So that is our week ahead, plus a couple of pre-records that are dropping because I'm off to film a walk with me tomorrow, not today. So things have kind of changed around a little bit. All right, so today we're taking a look at Humanoid by the wonderful Baby Audio. It is available for $19.99. That is an introductory price, I'm pretty sure, so it probably will go up. They normally do go up, these things. I'm expecting that. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't say. Normally it says in the description, but it doesn't here. But I do expect this is a introductory price, $19 US. Now, this thing also is available on your desktop computer as well. There it is. So from the babyaudio.io is their website, and you can find it here. It is $99 for the app. See, people complain on iOS and go, it costs so much, but it's $100 on desktop compared to $20 on iOS, and it is exactly the freaking same app. There is not one bit of difference. The other thing you can do with Baby Audio apps is you can subscribe. Now, I know a lot of people are screaming out of their heads right now, I don't want subscriptions, but some people like these. So you can basically, for desktop, sign up $14.99 US a month. I think it's US, I'm pretty sure. And you will get all of their apps to play with. You get the entire collection for $14.99 a month. Just thought I'd put that out there in case you were wondering how to get it on desktop and all of that. Let's say hello to you all, and then we'll get into a demo. Thomas Christ is in the house. Jim Shannon, g'day. Leela, hello. Who else do I see? FPC said hi to Jim. Ed Zielinski, g'day. Thomas, thanks for doing your magic, slinging the links as always. And Miss Stephanie, hello. I clicked the right name? No, I didn't. There we go. Hi, Miss Stephanie. Good to see you. All right, we're going to get into this. We're going to play you a demo of this. So I made this little project last night. And I did some singing to it as well. Well, I actually did some singing, but I'm going to do it live today. So we've got a little project here, and we've got Humanize in here. So what is it before we get into it? What is Humanize? You may think it's just a vocal plugin, and I know there's a lot of people out there. Let's just get this out there straight away. As a singing teacher for many, many years, there's a lot of people out there who are looking for vocal apps that are going to fix their voice. That don't work, right? If you really want to get better, take some lessons, watch some YouTube videos, understand how your body works, get better, right? But no app is going to fix you and make you sound better. No app is going to cheat you through that. It's like anything, you need to fucking learn. You know what I'm saying? You just got to learn. But what this thing does, if you're looking for something that's going to like fully quantize your voice and make it fit perfectly in the mix, this is not that. This is probably not the app you're looking for. It's a little bit more extreme. It's vocoding and hard pitch correction. You'll hear what it does. It's pretty damn impressive, but it's definitely not like it's not like an Xvox or something like that. It's more for extreme, and you'll hear what it does. So here's our project. We've got a couple of things in here. We've got some scalers running this. We've got a piano tech. We've got Mariana, Hammerhead. We've got Elastic OSC in here. We've got a Synth Master. So a bunch of instruments, and we got this voice channel here. So I'm going to kick this off. I'm going to grab a microphone from over here. We've got a microphone live. So I'm singing live. I can show you that, prove it. Let's turn off this mic. Hey! There you go. So pretty cool kind of sounding stuff. If that's the stylistic stuff that you're looking for with your vocals, you can do that and so much more. So the key to this is a lot of hard coding. I'm just going to bring in this vocal here. I've got this vocal. Let's take out some of the reverb before we open up another project here. I'm going to remove this reverb and show you what's going on. Let's mute this. Hey, yeah, hey. So what you'll immediately see, let's take a look at the makeup of this thing. Let me just mute my mic here, and then we'll go through it so you understand where everything is. In fact, let's, I think this is saved, so we can clear this out. Let's open up a new project. I've got some vocals in here that I will mess about with. And we'll go in here. We want Humanoid Demo 1. Oops, I pressed the wrong one, didn't I? Man, I love that. Humanoid demo 1. So I've got 3 vocal tracks in here. Let's play one of them. We'll just solo it.
Driving to the sunrise, sunrise. Got me feeling alright, alright. Ocean rays in your eyes, your eyes.
And let's bring this sucker in.
You're all mine, all mine. Driving to the sunrise, sunrise.
So you can hear straight away what this thing's about.
Alright, alright. Ocean rays in your eyes, your eyes. Diving deep, you're all mine, all mine.
Okay, so there are 5 blocks that make up this app. Up in the top corner here, you can change the look of it. So you've got this little black square. I like this, looks so much better. It's so much easier on the eyes, but you've got the bright color, you've got the dark color. That's completely up to you. Click the baby audio plugin, and this will bypass the sound. So just a tap there lets you know that it's bypassed. Nice and easy. We've got our presets. So you've got user presets, you've got factory presets and user presets, and they will appear down here once you create one. So to create one, we just hit the little disk, type a name, call it demo, hit confirm, and you'll see when I scroll down, that is down here underneath user. So you can flick between user and factory very easy. There is a heap of presets in here, way too many presets for you to go crazy with. You can delete all this stuff and add your own packs and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure they're going to release packs and that kind of thing. That's just what baby audio do. You can flick between presets by using the arrows. As you can see, you can flick between them. So nice and easy stuff there. This baby audio logo bypasses as well. And here we have an audio buffer setting. So what does the audio buffer actually do? So up in the top corner here, when you click this, you've got low. So you can tap low, you can tap medium or high. And this sets the size of the analysis of incoming audio. The higher the settings, give a better pitch detection at the expense of latency. If you want more latency, better latency, set it up to medium or high for tracking. So for that, but if you're tracking, once it's all recorded, move it back to low. All right, so it works the same way as a buffer in AUM or in Logic. The higher the buffer, the less latency, the lower the buffer, the better quality and the more latency. So that is there for you. The 5 blocks, how they work, we've got our pitch, we've got synthesize in the middle, we've got a filter over here, down the bottom a utility, and in the bottom right-hand corner, effects. And a lot of these little buttons here have these little gear icons. If I can zoom in, you can see this little gear icon under here. And when you tap on these gear icons, you get in the center here a little extended preferences. So down here for the widen, you can widen the calibration. You've got some warble. You can choose it in LFO or FM mode. So there's these little gears. So you got how many of them? We've got quantize, robotify, formant, de-esser has one down here. Our gate has one, smoothing has one, the shape over here has one, widen and warble, they both have these as well. So just be aware of those because they will help you fine-tune the stuff that you would like to do. Excuse me for a minute. That cough was delicious. So let's start off first with our pitch. So if I play this vocal track that's in here at the moment,
driving to the sunrise, sunrise.
Got
me feeling alright, alright.
We have this currently set to a C major. I can come in here
diving deep, you're all mine,
and hard code this to a C minor
driving to the sunrise, sunrise.
Or a D minor.
Got me feeling alright, alright.
Or an E major.
Ocean raising
you can come in here, or you can just use the chromatic.
Diving deep, you're all mine,
you can turn it off. Let's come back to a C. Or you can create your own scales. You can come up and just manage your own scales, and you'll see this will change. This will change from C major to C custom, right? So to create a custom, just go in there and randomly mess with it. You can change it back to major, minor, whatever you want it at any time. Let's talk about the quantize button next to it. Oh, sorry, we'll go on here. So we've got our notes. You can actually, so there's these 4 sections across the top here. And we've just changed to lock. So what lock does, it gives you 2 options. You can use one button. And you can move these around.
Diving deep, you're all mine, all mine. Driving to the sunrise, sunrise.
You can go down an octave as well.
Feeling alright, alright.
And you can go up 2 octaves.
All mine.
You also have this duo button, which allows you to choose 2 notes at a time.
Got me feeling alright, alright. Ocean raising your eyes, your eyes.
So you've got a top section and a bottom.
You're all mine, all mine. Driving to the sunrise, sunrise. Got me feeling alright.
And obviously, you can change these as you go, as you're live performing. The next setting is called MIDI. So now that I've clicked MIDI, you'll hear there's no sound coming. The sound is completely stopped. We've got nothing coming through. But the playhead is still playing, which means the vocal is still playing. But what MIDI does is you need to connect a MIDI keyboard or a virtual keyboard, whatever you'd like to connect. I'm going to connect my Arturia and jump over here. So now whenever I hold down some chords,
sunrise, got me feeling alright, alright. Ocean raising your eyes, your eyes. Diving deep, you're all mine, all mine. Driving to the sunrise, sunrise. Got me feeling alright, alright.
So you can control the pitch, the chords, however you want them to be by playing in the chords. Now the lock button here will just lock the selected keys and notes, yeah, so
feeling alright, alright. Ocean raising.
So if you're on a scale here and hit lock, that will lock the keys and notes. Gina says, sounds like my ex that had a tracheotomy.
Diving deep, you're all
right, let's keep going into this. So we've got a quantize. So in scale mode, you'll notice the buttons change. Oops, let's come back here. The buttons change here as I move through scale and notes and MIDI. So with the notes and MIDI, you only get 2 options down here, and that is robotify and format. Let's come back to our scale and talk about quantize, robotify, and format. Robotify increases the synthetic quality of the signal, conforming harmonics to an ideal ratio. So let's turn down everything and just hear what quantize does. I'm going to turn it up.
Diving deep, you're all mine, all mine. Driving to the sunrise, sunrise. Got me feeling alright, alright. Ocean raising your eyes.
But again, the quantize has its own options. So when you click the gear, we can change the polarity to minus or positive. We can change the quantize calibration and the attack.
Ocean raising your eyes, your eyes. Diving deep, you're all mine.
Next is robotify. So the robotify increases the synthetic quality of the signal, the harmonics to an ideal ratio.
Feeling alright, alright. Ocean raising your eyes.
And you can hear that starting to become more robotic.
Diving deep, you're all mine.
Extra settings gives you a denoise, metallic, flatten, and emphasis.
Ocean raising your eyes, your eyes. Diving deep, you're all mine, all mine. Driving to the sunrise, sunrise.
So,
got me feeling alright, alright.
And we pull that down, you can hear the difference there. We have a format. Now, the format shifts the resonant frequencies of the voice up or down to simulate the shapes of a vocal track.
Got me feeling alright, alright. Oceans in your eyes. Diving deep, you're all mine. Dive into the sunrise, sunrise. Got me feeling alright, alright.
Format has its own format collaboration to the bandwidth of the format. So this adjusts the range of frequencies affected by the format shift.
Ocean raising your eyes. Diving deep, you're all mine, all mine.
Okay, let's turn this down. I'm going to jump over to our next. We've got another vocal track in here. It's the same thing, but so I've got 3 vocals in here. I've got the harmonies of them running. So our next section here is this synthesizer. So basically this is feeding into a synthesizer, and you can turn these vocals into a synthesizer from here. You don't need, you've got your hard pitch, that's set. So we've set this to a C major. We've got no quantize on here. Now we're going to synthesize this, and this can be controlled with the knob in the middle, the transform dial. So let's hit play and see what happens.
Drive into the sunrise, sunrise. Got me feeling alright.
So now we have a saw wave being controlled by this. There are plenty of shapes to choose. A square, triangle, sine. You can import your own wave tables if you want. And you've got a heap of wave tables already in here to choose from. You can blend this in with the voice. Once you've chosen a sound, let's just go back to our square wave. We can change the shape of the square. We can stretch the square and move everything over to one side or the other. We have an octave shift. And we have a note shift, which goes all the way up an octave and all the way down. Double tap anywhere and it will bring back to where you need to go. And you have a level down here on how much of the effect you want or fully blended in. Hey Mars and Seven Dust and anyone else. Studio 6+1, what's going on? Yeah, look, there's a lot to this. So once we've found a sound there, let's move over to our filter. Again, with our shape. So again, there's an extra shape calibration in here. So odds and evens. Then we have a filter over here on this side. Let's talk about the filter. We have a high pass. Let's hit play. We've got a low pass. And both of these have a some resonance on either side. And of course, all the parameters are open, so if you want to add an external LFO, fucking go for it. You do you, boo. We've got some gain here, so let's reset this back to how it was. We can add points in our filter, and we can decide the width of that, or we can pull that right in, and we can move the frequency around here as well too. Right? Effects down below, we've got a widen. If you've got headphones on, you ready? You should be able to hear that. That is beautiful. The widen has its own effects as well, which is a cutoff and a rate. And we have a warble here. When you click on the gearbox, you can choose between an LFO and change the rate, or you can use there's an FM mode. And we also have this freeze section here where I can hit freeze. And while it's frozen, we can mess with the buffer. Create layers, that kind of stuff. And unfreeze, and it keeps playing. So in the bottom left-hand corner, we've got a utility panel, and this allows you to choose the range here. So if I drag this up, you can see it's currently at C3, and we can make this up to C6. So you can widen your range. And we also have a de-esser down the bottom here. So the de-esser, when you engage it on a pitch-corrected signal, the de-esser acts as a compressor that only engages the harsh S's. So it's got an algorithm built into it just to attack the S's. And you've got a sensitivity and attack in the little cogwheel for this. You can hear what that's doing to the S. So it's just lowering that in the mix. We have a gate. So how the gate works, whenever there's a break in the vocal, it will silence it. You've got a threshold. So you can hear now, it's completely cut everything off. Let's bring it down a bit. So it's not letting all of it through. We've got an attack, hold and release. That's completely off. And And lastly, we have this smoothing button. So this reduces the harshness.
Got me feeling alright, alright. Ocean raising your eyes, your eyes. Diving deeper, all mine, all mine.
And lastly, we have this sharpen down the bottom here. Let's stop this. So basically the sharpen is like a pre-EQ, and it'll just give you some brightness as you lift it up higher up this kind of end. And lastly, you've got an output down the bottom here with a little cogwheel as well, and it's got an output calibration. So click that little cogwheel down the bottom and you get this where you can change it from a dry wet mix or your input gain. You can change your input gain. So easy, double tap anywhere and it'll come back to 0 and you're all good. Let's introduce all 3 of these vocals just to show you what's going on here.
The sunrise, sunrise.
So these samples were taken from Logic, just so you know.
Ocean raising your eyes, your eyes. Diving deep, you're all mine, all mine. Driving to the sunrise, sunrise. Got me. Got me feeling alright, alright. Ocean raising your eyes, your eyes. Diving deep, you're all mine, all mine. Driving to the sunrise, sunrise. Got me feeling alright, alright. Ocean raising your eyes, your eyes.
So just to give you an idea of how that gate will come in really handy, I know there's a lot of people out there who worry about their breath being included in a vocal. That gate's going to come in really handy if that's what you're concerned about. You're wanting to add these kind of textural sounds to your vocal. That gate will just pull out those breaths because they're below the threshold that you can set in the gate. So as you can see, if we tap on the gate, so we've got a hold and release. Let's come back over here. So really good for that. Super good for pop, dance stuff. I mean, you know, you heard what I did with that at the start. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to take this, we're at our halfway point. Let's do that. We're at our halfway point, folks. So g'day, Dell. Good to see you. Pete Johns, what's going on? Pete Johns is joining us this week. Mars Left, must buy, awesome stuff. All right, let's do our ad. We're at our halfway point where we run an ad each and every day. The ad helps pay the bills. Let's do it. I'll run the ad. You can avoid the ad by becoming a YouTube Premium subscriber or by skipping the ad, and we'll wait for you to come back. The ad has been run. There we go. You may or may not have been served an ad. Let me tell you what's coming up again. Tomorrow, well, not tomorrow. Well, look at all these thumbnails I've got in here. Tomorrow, we're doing Waymaker by Akil Adam. It's really, really awesome. It works really cool with his other apps. The day after that, we're looking at Quantum Granulator by GSDSP. And boy, is this a bunch of fun to play with. On Thursday, US UK time, the Odd Couple Rant is back with dear friend Pete Johns, who's here in the audience. We're going to be talking about tariffs. So much fun. Can't wait. It's exactly the show I wanted to be doing, a show about tariffs. And on the weekend, yes, the Creative Hour is back in our 1 hour song challenge. All right, we're good to go. Let's bring in somebody familiar who you may know, and we're going to try and build a song around him. I think we're going to try and build a song around him. So I think he's in. Let's do this. So come over here. We're going to go to my audio share. And we're going to find this audio track. So here it is. And I'm going to open this up, add as a file in audio share. Let's add in here Humanoid. And we'll add an Altether. We'll just take that out the mix for a moment. So what I've got here is a copy of this guy singing.
I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easy. I'm a fence
There we go. We got it looped now.
sitter. Sometimes I like to
Hey,
keep
Jerry
my
Gomes.
thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way.
Now, I'm pretty sure this song is
but
in...
it's how I get through
It's
the
A major, I think.
day.
I think it's an A major.
Fence sitter.
So let's stop that. And we'll bring in Humanoid and we'll choose an A major. So it's all going to be okay. And let's see how well it tunes to Pete's voice.
I'm a fence sitter.
Not too bad.
Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way, but it's how I get through the day. Fence sitter.
Nice. Did a good job there. So let's add a MIDI channel. Let's add a piano. I don't know what I'm doing here. And then we'll go through the presets once we set up some kind of backing music, because we know the key. That's easy. We use scalar. We'll choose our key, and we'll send this over to our piano. So we'll just choose scales, and we'll choose A major. There we go. So we've got some chords that's given us. Let's throw on some reverb on here. We'll bring that volume down a bit. We'll put that on a loop.
I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way, but it's how I get through the day. Fence sitter.
That's
I'm
better.
a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. Facing up to the conflict, and I know not everyone's this way. It's how I get through the day. Fence sitter. I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know.
So of course the piano's not in time perfectly because the sample hasn't been matched, but we could probably come in here and try and sync this to see if we can get it to.
I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict.
You get the idea. It's pretty easy to match. Like if I turn this song into a G minor, we could come in here and hard code this very easily to a G minor. Go up here, G minor, and let's hear what Pete sounds like in a G minor. I'll just mute this sucker.
I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way, but it's how I get through the day. Fence sitter. I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way.
Very, very fucking powerful stuff, don't you agree? So it's a very, very neat app. As I said in the beginning, $20 on iOS, $100 on desktop. Let's go through some presets with this because there's a heap of them. So we'll just go through presets and then we'll scoot the boot, get out of here. Let's hit play.
I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way, but it's how I get through.
So one of the things which sucks, but you can fix, I do believe, is you notice then when I change a preset, it changed back to a C major, and we want to leave this on an A major. So this is where I think it comes in. If we hit lock and then change our patches, then you'll see this has stayed on an A major. So that's where you want to hit your lock button.
I'm a fan.
Some of these presets are fucking awesome.
Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way, but it's how I get through the day. Fence sitter. I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way, but it's how I get through the day.
I love this one.
Fence sitter. I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way, but it's how I get through the day. Fence sitter. I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like.
Okay, let's have a little bit of fun here. Let's kill this to go out. Let's actually load up the full song and put it into the original, shall we? Sorry, Pete. I know you love it when I use you as a demo. He's just got a good voice, doesn't he? He's just got a good voice. So we're going to come in here. We've got these guitars selected here. These are the vocals. This is the main vocal, I think.
Let the words come out.
Yes, it is.
Every now and then.
So I've turned off some of the...
I think a lot of things that many others disagree with, but you won't even know unless you choose to ask.
Hey!
Sometimes it's easier to fly
Wow, listen to that.
when you're just too tired to fly. I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way, but it's how I get through the day.
Little musical interlude, and we'll be back.
That's right, me anyway. Sometimes I try to close my mind. There's always another side. I'm a fan sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. Not everyone's this way.
So remember, you can take a voice and turn it into a synth.
And I know that you to be the same. Asking for you to refrain,
Wow.
making me feel ashamed.
Let's go back here. There's a Darth Vader one in here too. I've got to find it.
Every now and then, I think a lot of things many others disagree with. You won't even know unless you choose to ask. Sometimes it's easier to fly
That's wild.
when you just decide to find. I'm a fan sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way. That's how I get through the day.
Alright. This is the Disco Darth Vader preset. Fuck. So good. So there are heaps of vocoder sounds in here too.
Sometimes I try to close my I'm a fan sitter.
So you got some octaves in
I
here.
like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier facing up to the conflict, and I know.
So these last ones we'll go through are just synth sounds. You can turn the vocal into a synth.
Let the words come out every now and then. I think a lot of things that many others disagree with. But you won't even know unless you choose to ask.
There's even a theremin.
Facing up to the conflict.
But there is some
And I
clean
know
stuff. There is some clean stuff in here. So
not
down the bottom,
everyone's this way.
you've got these
How I get through it.
like little Allison gains,
Think a lot of things
some doubling up.
many others disagree with. But you won't even know unless you choose to ask. Sometimes it's easier to fly.
Listen to that. Sounds pretty good, the doubling.
When you're just too tired to fight. I'm a fence sitter. Sometimes I like to keep my thoughts to myself. It's easier than facing up to the conflict. And I know that not everyone's this way. But it's how I get through the day. Fence sitter.
So there you go. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Works beautifully in Logic, as you can see. Beautiful and everything else that I've tested it in. Haven't had any crashes. I've been on the beta for, I don't know, a few weeks. So all good in the hood. Sounds great. And again, if you really don't want to push it, you can get those kind of harmonies and all that kind of stuff out of it. But it really is great for extreme stuff, vocoding, roboticizing stuff. You see, it's all pretty damn sweet. As I said, the price is on iOS $19.99. And I think that will be going up. And if you are a patron for $5 or up, then I have copies to give to you this week. All right, let's get out of here for today. Remember, this thing is also available on your desktop for $99, or you can do the whole subscribe for $14.99 a month, and you get all their apps on a subscription downloaded to your Mac or your desktop. Happy days indeed. Good stuff. Thank you, Thomas, for banging the links. There's a link pinned in the description, down in pinned to the chat, down in the description. Everything's down there that you need. And you can join the Patreon by clicking that link. Cool stuff. Let's get out of here for today. Thomas, the man with the links, smashing it out. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out today. If you're watching on a replay, thank you as well. Hope you're enjoying the content. Smash the like, do the stuff. Certainly helps. Tomorrow we're taking a look at Waymaker. It's a heap of fun. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together. Stay awake. And Pete Johns is up next. So let's Oge, baby.